Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TooHealthTalk, the show where we talk about real health challenges and get to break it down in simple and honest conversation. On today's episode, we have a very great and inspiring guest with us today. Before we continue, I would like to plead for you to support what we're doing here. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel to be able to see more doctors come on board to talk on real health challenges in a very simple and honest way. On today's episode, we have a very important guest with us today, the person of Dr. Emmanuel Adeboyega, consultant neurologist. Consultant nephrologist. You know, sometimes I get to mix neurologist and nephrologist. But welcome, doctor.
Thank you.
So, what is it like being a nephrologist?
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's nice to be able to save people's kidneys. Take care of people's kidneys.
So, there's one of my friends that's they told me that surgeons are like mini god. Is that true?
No, nobody's a mini god. Just do your own part. Everybody just do your own part, taking care of people. Well, we have an important role to play taking care of people, but I don't think anybody should treat us as a mini god anyway. Just do your own bit.
Yeah, true. So talking about important parts, kidney is one of the important part of our body. Yeah. So growing up now in this our generation, you see younger generations or younger people having these issues of kidney failure. What is really the cause? Why are we having kidney failure this time of our life?
Yeah, the world comes to an end soon. Maybe that would be the simplest thing. Things are changing. It's a fast-paced world. We are all running on. Everybody wants to be extremely very rich. Probably also not taking care of ourselves, or we're taking care of ourselves, but we're not really taking care of ourselves.
Wow.
So things are just going off and off. Besides, maybe it's also because there are also more specialists in that field. There's more awareness.
That's why people are having this issues.
Well, maybe it's not. Maybe perhaps it is. It's been in existence, but maybe because there were no enough specialists in that area, and people maybe that's olden days and all that, and then people just die and then just think, oh, something happened. We're probably not sure about the diagnosis, but things have changed. There are more specialists. There's more awareness. Our world too is changing. I mean, there's increasing urbanization. We're getting very little time to rest. Everybody's on it. But even we're having very little time to take care of ourselves.
So what's the common mistake we young people make that get us to have this kidney failure?
I think common things young people do these days. Well, some of them might just be no fault of theirs. Might be something run in the family, genetic things. Where you say something's a genetic cause, something just run in the family. But again, I think all young people these days, a lot of us want to be high.
Yeah, true. A lot of us want to be high.
A lot of us want to be high. Unfortunately.
So
it's a status-defining thing. Just being higher you are, the more clouds you generate and all that.
So talking about highness now, what about energy drink? Is there any? What about energy drink? Is there any stuff in energy drink that can get you?
Definitely, energy drinks are not supposed to be taken in a lot of quantities. There are a few things in them that will worsen your blood pressure. Blood pressure is if you take it in very large amounts. Blood pressure, like we know all over the world, but all over the world, we say very elevated blood pressure as hypertension. This is the most common cause of chronic kidney disease. Here in Nigeria is number one. Yeah, so it's a big deal.
So still talking about drinks, what about the Adeboyega and the rest?
Wahala.
That one is wahala.
It's wahala now because some of everything you take, anything you take has a potential side effect. So if you go and just take Agbo without number one knowing what it contains, to what dose you should take, and you're just many of the things you take are excreted by the kidneys. If you take Agbo in very large quantities, consistently over time. You might be putting your kidneys at risk.
But some people trust these local like drugs and medication.
Like I said, you might be carrying before you just go ahead and just go and take herbal like that. Some people might already have pre-existing kidney disease, but they're not even aware of. You taking that herbal might just be a trigger to worsen things and cause harm to your kidneys. Some people might be lucky and have been taking nothing might happen with them, but you can't generalize it.
True.
Because you don't know what your pre-existing kidney status is like. And if you take it in too much quantities consistently over time, your kidneys might just be the first victim.
So back to energy drink now.
Yes.
Like how many? Because I do take energy drinks sometimes. So like how many can we take in a day or in a month?
As much as possible, do these things in moderation. You shouldn't live on energy drinks. It's not energy drink. If you eat well, you stay well hydrated. You're not supposed to live on energy drinks.
I know a friend
Yes.
that takes this energy drink always, even because of her exam. She takes energy every time she's taking an energy drink day, night, because of it gives her this energy to read.
Unfortunately, you can't live on that. You can't live on that. There has been a time you need to reduce all of that.
See, I hear better stuff. Because I know she might be watching this video later on.
She can't live on that, unfortunately. Yeah.
So should the government ban herbal like?
No, they can regulate it really. It's best to regulate it. There are boards that regulate these things. Let's know what these things contain. Let's know what dose. Let's know what's the frequency. Let's be sure what you're taking.
Oh.
If it's something that you should not take because it could worsen your kidneys or because you already have a pre-existing kidney disease, then you don't need to take it. Not just that, you can't just get something, even outside just because it's supposed to work in, it's just that the rules are not strictly followed. You can't just pick up any antibiotic off the counter in places where the rules are followed. It's just here that you can just go and just enter a pharmacy shop. This is what I want. You shouldn't just be able to find this collection of herbal thingy just by you see them bottle packs, and you see somebody who barely can even speak good English.
Even
offering you all of that stuff.
Even on Twitter, like I saw someone advertising Oga Abeg, and I was like, why are you advertising Oga Abeg on? And someone commented on, it's going to cause kidney problem, like that Oga Abeg drink, and people were rushing it. And I was like,
see, that's the problem. That's why civilization and information is key. You shouldn't just expose yourself to that. Every information is key. Before you take any drug, even when you go to the hospital, doctor, what drug? What's the name of this drug? But then what does it contain? What are the side effects of this drug? Am I safe? The duty of the doctor, the pharmacist to explain to you, and you should be well informed. You can't just be giving Oga Abeg, someone that cannot even speak English, and just give you Oga Abeg. Your kidneys will just be begging at the end of the day if you're not sure what's going on.
They said the Oga Abeg is like a sexual, to make you last longer.
You see, that's where putting yourself at risk.
So if it's going to make you last longer, maybe it will make your kidneys last longer.
That's the fallacy of the hair.
So what about painkillers?
Yeah, so you can't, there are some painkillers excreted by the kidneys. That's why you need to be sure. That's why we don't say, just go and take painkillers. Do you know that even paracetamol itself can, if taken in very large amounts consistently over time, can damage your liver?
Wow.
Not just, so even things as simple as that. So you must be sure. There must be a prescription. There must be by a certified doctor or healthcare practitioner just before you go and expose yourself. Sometimes you might be lucky, just do things anyhow because it works out. Someone has been saying this, but you don't know about yourself. Wow. And that's why it's good for somebody to see you and to be sure and ascertain it and give you the right dose, the right prescription, so that you can be fine. So painkillers have potential effects. Some painkillers have potential effects to damage the kidneys.
Wow.
Yes.
So I've also seen for gym supplement, people that take gym supplements are also like at a very big risk of having their kidney, like having issues with their kidney?
Oh yeah, sure. Because some of the components of all those supplements on their own. If you Google, you see some supplement-related kidney disorders right there stated on the internet. New diagnosis from just what some of these things that you just take. You see, the summary of all these things is: one, you must be well informed. Two, whatever you take, you must take it in moderation, not all the time. You can't consistently keep taking things in large quantities consistently over time for a long period of time. You're putting yourself at risk.
Wow. So, like, is there any gym supplements or any like ingredient that's inside a gym supplement that we should avoid?
That's they're all very gym supplements vary. The whole idea is, why should you be taking a supplement? It's extremely every single day for the rest of your life. Some people might have it easy and no problems, but some other people will come down with problems. So you must be sure. I'm not a fan of you taking so much supplements every day just without taking intermittent breaks. You must learn how to take intermittent breaks. No, don't put your body at risk. I prefer more natural things, natural fruits, natural things. If it's easier than taking processed foods. I can't quantify things that some of the electrolytes they contain, how much of sodium they contain, and then I'm more of a fan of water. That's the best ideal drink. And I've been serious, because I've seen a lot. And you just wonder, what do you do? And you see, some people don't even want to talk to a kidney doctor again. Just be on the safe side. Just drink your water. It's ideal.
So what's like touching story like you've had about kidney? Because I know you. I was reading about you, and I know you've done a lot of kidney transplant. So what's like touching story you've read about, or you've come in contact with?
Since when I've so many touching stories. I mean,
can you give us one?
So many touching stories. It's nice to. I mean, I've seen a young child. I've had a young patient who's barely 8 due to no fault of hers, from the referring hospital. Had been a long-term use of antibiotics for an infection of the urine, 8 years.
Wow.
And fortunately had a side effect that damaged her ears. She can't hear well, and also damaged her kidneys.
Wow.
And then she came down to our facility to get a transplant done. She has no the mom is dead, the father is nowhere to be found, adopted by the mom's younger brother, the family as a whole, who took responsibility of a child who can't hear well, and kidneys have failed, and doing so poorly on dialysis, always coming down with all sorts of complications on dialysis, and then they needed to come with a transplant. Luckily enough, the family was able to come up with somebody who could, as a potential donor for the patient, and good enough, got her transplant. Right now, she's back off dialysis. It's close to 8 months, doing well. She's been planned for ear implant, so that at least cochlear implant, so that she can hear. But I mean, the difference before when she came, when her kidneys had failed and all of that, and now is remarkable. She can eat well, she can play, and we're all looking forward to her hearing well. Well, that's at the very sad. But I mean, she came sad, and you hear. I mean, everybody, how did it happen to this young child? But the good thing is she's speaking up. And just because of quality of life offered her, because she's gotten a new transplant.
Wow. Yeah. So like how much does this transplant cost?
Oh, so millions.
Can you give an estimate?
Millions. It's not cheap. It's expensive.
If you're not understanding, some people playing with their kidney now will know that, oh.
I mean, because it's lifelong. Beyond even the surgery itself, you will have to be on medications for the rest of your life. Drugs that you need to use consistently with the right amounts, with supporting tests on a consistent basis for the rest of your life. Drugs don't come cheap. You pray that you don't come down with any complication along the way. There might be a slight change to how you do things, and after the surgery. So it's quite expensive.
Wow.
But of course, after transplant, quality of life is excellent.
So now, what if something like, if I get to donate my kidney now?
Yeah.
How long will I live?
You can live as long as God wills. Don't forget, it's not because you donated your kidneys that anything can happen. You'll be fine. Before you donated your kidneys, you must be tested. That you have to go through a series of tests to confirm that you are fit, and again tests that will also prove that you're also not putting yourself at risk of coming down with anything just because you've donated your kidneys. So it's only a fit person that donates a kidney.
So like, there's no certain age now that if I donate my kidney now, I'm going to live to so age or so.
Everybody does. You can do so well on one kidney. But don't forget, it's not because you donated your kidneys. There might be other things. Of course, nobody lives this life indefinitely now. So there can be other things that can affect you, not just because you donated your kidney.
So in gender phase now, which of the gender do you see more often in your which of the gender have this kidney failure the more?
More men.
More men. Why?
Today is Father's Day. More men. But you probably you won't find that strange. The male folk there's a lot of pressure from the society for the male gender, as it were. And not that the female gender is also not doing extremely well, but I think in our own unique roles and unique way of doing things, maybe we do so much and we're not taking good care of ourselves the way we should. But unfortunately, it's more of the males that come down with more of these problems, or come down that we see who coming to do transplants.
Wow. So what about in our region now in Nigeria, which tribe has these issues of kidney transplant the more?
Well, that's a big one. Is it people, the ones coming down for transplants, or the ones who have more kidney failure?
The ones who have more kidney failure.
More of kidney failure. Based on the stats, you will see that it's pretty worse off. I think pretty worse off in the north.
In the north?
More of the northerners coming. Particularly in the northeastern regions of the country. It's a big epidemic. Those Borno State particularly. It's a big epidemic there. Yeah. Southeast too.
So southeast and the northeast. Northeast has highest number of kidney failure.
Yes, the north, southeast, and the northeast, particularly Borno, Yobe. So we see that a lot.
So do you think there's a particular cause for this?
Well, I think also for them, I think their government has instilled something, because particularly with the Borno State government, trying to find out maybe there's something environmental there also as a trigger, also contributing to a decline in their kidney function. It's a big problem there. Yeah. It's a big problem.
So I had someone talking about bitter leaf and garlic flushing the kidney. Is that true?
Forget all those gamut of stuff. Went to Jack. Eat well, sleep well, drink water, take care of yourself. So take good fruits, natural fruits. Fruits. Eat less processed foods. Go in long way. So don't never go and expose yourself excessively to it.
So I've heard also about pregnant women being at a very high risk of losing their kidney. Is that true?
Pregnancy itself is not a disease, absolutely. but I mean, you must be well supervised. And that's why you go for your antenatal care and all that. There could be a few things that you need to pay attention to, not necessarily, particularly if hypertension in them, must be well taken care of in pregnancy, so that they don't come down with complications of the preeclampsia, eclampsia, and preterm deliveries or complicated deliveries, as it were. So it can happen, but pregnancy on its own is not a disease.
So how can women protect their kidney?
Same way every other natural person should take every other person should. Like we said, pregnancy is not a disease. The same things I would encourage people to do, the same things who are not pregnant, the same things I would tell you pregnant women to do. Stay well hydrated. Stay more natural than processed. Take care of infections when they arise quickly. Go for your checks as appropriate. Take your medications that you need to check. Go for your antenatal clinic, etc. It's safer to be. Those are the natural things. Those are things I would tell them.
So, are there any natural foods someone can eat that can help, the kidney?
Oh, just eat well. Eat your normal. Talk about the balanced diet: carbohydrates, protein, fat, and oil, water. But do everything, whatever you do, eat healthy. As you cross the age of 40, let the vegetable component of your food increase a bit. Avoid fatty foods as much as you can. Drink. Cut down your sodas. Drink. Cut down the alcohol that you're taking. Stop smoking.
So smoking also costs?
Oh yes. It's not even avoid smoking, stop it. Stop it. It's smoking. Stop smoking is bad. I will only just not say this generally for. The thing for smoking is that it looks like almost it's a big addiction. The cigarette pack on its own, you see the scary things they write on it. People still smoke. It's a difficult thing. Smoking generally for the body is not good. It's worse off for the kidneys. It can be a trigger in people for breakdown or a worsening of your kidney functions.
So if I'm about to donate my kidney now, what would be your advice to me for me?
Don't donate your kidneys. I would encourage you. It's a beautiful, laudable thing to do to
donate my kidneys.
Yes, if you want to donate your kidney to save a loved one.
Oh wow. Even my girlfriend, I can.
Yeah, it's as long as you're not under any financial. You're not doing this for financial reasons.
So for financial reasons, is it encouraged?
No, the laws oppose that. You must do this thing. You must do this thing genuinely, out of a place of altruism, being an altruistic person to donate. The current laws that guide kidney transplant in Nigeria does not support any form of financial return for this thing. If you want to do that, it's a good thing. Like you want to go donate blood and all that. Just you want to save a life. And you think through the whole thing and you think you can help this person or that person, not enough because of financial pressure or for some undue reward, you can go ahead and do that. It's nice to do that. You get your God will bless you.
So it's God will bless me. I'll get for my kidney.
It's meant to. You have favor with men too, but ultimately you're doing whatever you do. The ultimate rewarder is God. Money will finish at some, even if you're doing it for two. So that's why you need to realign your thoughts. It's nice to, if you want to do that and you want to think you can, this will save someone's life. You're welcome.
So I want to emphasize on these questions for kidney transplant.
Yes.
How much does it cost?
Why are you so hell-bent
for both the post management and
I said some millions of naira. It's not cheap at all.
100 million, 50 million.
I mean, at least you must have that figure of at least in all of these things, a figure of at least close to 40-50 million.
Wow.
Long
Please,
run.
if you are playing with your kidney, I think if you get this amount now, you just.
And it varies, it's just because it's here.
Wow.
A few other places like more expensive outside the country.
Because I know, like in Nigeria, I know you're like one of the top 5 surgeons that transplants like kidney in Africa and in Nigeria.
There's Zenith Hospital, as it were, is the turnover is quite high. I mean, in terms of numbers, it's the biggest brand as a whole.
Wow.
In West Africa.
Wow.
Definitely one of the top 5 in Africa in terms of what we do, how we pay attention to details.
That's a huge sum. Like, so have you, this last question, have you heard the story of when a boyfriend donated her kidney to her girlfriend, and the girlfriend left the boyfriend after she has recovered? Have you come in contact with this kind of story?
Yeah, I have not. I have not, but of course, maybe I have not yet, but I've seen girlfriends donate for their boyfriends, and genuinely, you see the love, because she was even the one that now had some delays with her hand, not anything after surgery, and you could see the love, even the way the guy had done a transplant, when you were trying to take care of other things with the hand, was the man himself taking care of his girlfriend. Genuinely, I've seen that love.
I love
It's a
you.
beautiful thing.
So like finally, what's your general advice for young people about their kidney?
We need to take care of ourselves. I'm seeing a lot of young people unfortunately come down with that. I think it's a crazy world out there. I think we're moving fast paced. Everybody's running too fast. I think as we make the money, I think sometimes we need to take care of ourselves. Take care. Stop by, get yourself checked, and cut down alcohol. I know we want to be high, we want to be this. Cut down the alcohol. If you need help with stopping smoking, stop smoking. So it's easier said, but it will help our overall well-being, so that we don't make all that money, and then all that money made will now be using it to take care of our kidneys. So we need to. It's nice that it's an AI-controlled world. It's nice that things are moving pretty fast, but I think we need to slow down on this so-called highness, and we need to be aware and then to take care of ourselves.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for all you said here. I've learned a lot. Before I used to think pregnancy. Even one of my friends said, he's saying, "Oh, she's not going to get pregnant because it triggers kidney failure."
That's not true. That's a wrong assertion. A number of people have had their pregnancies. Like I said, pregnancy is not a disease. It's not a disease. It's just a physiological state. Yes, there's a change in the whole body system, but it's not a disease. And you don't necessarily have to come down with anything, kidney failure, anything. Just do what you're supposed to do by your supervising gynecologist.
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor. So now we've come to the end of today's episode. If you have any questions, you can drop the questions in the comment section. It will surely reach the doctor. So please, if you want to support what we're doing here, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Well done.
Bye.